if I can just beg of your indulgence for a moment, I'm going to ask two things. One, I'm going to ask Beth if you could just quickly run through the remainder of your pieces. And I'm going to beg all of you to just give me an additional 4 to 5 minutes, because you've heard already from the advocates, you've heard from practitioners, but you haven't heard from any students. And we do have a student in the room with us this morning. And I think what he will have to share with us in a very unique and important way sort of brings all this together. So I would ask you, if you wouldn't mind, just to hang around for an extra 4 or 5 minutes to hear from this young man. Beth.
Thanks. We actually really couldn't have planned that any better if we had tried, because my next point was talking about legislative supports for expanding learning time.
Actually, we did plan it, Beth.
I was the only one who was left out of the loop. The Time Act that Representative Payne mentioned, and he's really been a champion around this issue, is based partly on the Massachusetts Expanding Learning Time to Support Student Success Act, which is a mouthful, but it is also a model piece of legislation that has enabled Massachusetts to deal with this issue. So what are the things that CHSE recommends around this issue? Expanded learning initiatives must prepare students for college, career, and life. We talked about the knowledge explosion that's been happening and the increased standards that we are asking students to meet. So they need to have more time to do that. Expanded learning time has to complement and enhance what students are already learning. It needs to be aligned with curricula and not thought of as an add-on, or, goodness forbid, thought of as a punishment. You have to work after school or on Saturdays. Expanded learning time also needs to allow you to explore innovative curriculum and pedagogy. It should also expose young people to the world beyond their immediate experience in their neighborhood. We keep coming back to the idea of relevance, relationships, and applying knowledge to new problems. And finally, it should include options for community use of school facilities beyond the regular school day and year. Schools are incredibly valuable fixed assets in our community, and it's almost criminal to underutilize them, specifically for the students who should be benefiting from them, but also from their communities. So I hope we have a little time for Q&A, and thanks much.
Thank you so much, Beth. Won't you join me in thanking our entire panel? And